Hi there, Colin here from Ninja with another tutorial for the B2B Dashboard. In this video, we're going to be discussing seats, what they are, and how to use them. If you sell your courses to a company and supply them with 20 seats for a course, this generally means the company can enroll 20 of their employees in that course. Other terms for seat include license, pass, or access. Therefore, seats are a core component of the B2B Dashboard as they determine which courses or bundles a team member can be enrolled in. It also controls what progress and activity reports a user can view for their team. When an enrollment is created, the seat dictates how long a student has access to the course or bundle by setting the expiry date. Seats also define the maximum number of users a team can enroll in a given course or bundle. Additionally, they control whether a team can modify or change the enrollment dates of its members. So with that in mind, let's look at how to set up a seat and assign it to a team. To get started, we'll log into our B2B dashboard. We'll choose settings here on the left-hand side and then choose admin. And just note, you can only do this as a super admin in the B2B dashboard. So once we come into the admin panel, we're going to choose seats on the left-hand side and we're going to create a new seat. We'll go ahead and click add seat. And this is where we're going to start filling out the seat details. So when I name my seats, I tend to put in a name that makes it memorable and also easy to find. Let's assume that we sold this to Jim Blogs Inc. This is an accounting firm. And we're going to call this bookkeeping. So this is for our reference, just so we can find it nice and easily. Also in the description, I tend to write in something that can be helpful later on. For example, let's assume this was paid by invoice ABCD123, and which means that we can come in, look at the seat and go, okay, that's where it was accounted for on our end. Below here, this is where we start to configure the main core elements of the seat. The first option is whether you want to have unlimited seats, and this would essentially allow Jim Blogs Inc. to enroll as many employees as they want. They bought 50 seats from us, so we're going to set the maximum number of seats to 50. This means that no matter what, they can only enroll a maximum of 50 users or employees in their case. Below this, we have the expiry type. Jim has bought a license which sets the end date of all enrollments to the end of this year. So let's just go ahead and move that all the way down to December of this year. This means that no matter when an employee is enrolled, the expiry date of the enrollment will be the 31st of December. So this means at the time of recording, it's January, meaning if someone was enrolled today, they would have a year of access. But if someone was enrolled in December, they would only have a few days of access. If, however, you want to start the enrollment afresh every time, we can choose days. And what we'll do is once the user is enrolled, they'll be enrolled for the number of days listed here. So just again, as a vicious example, let's say the license grants them 90 days access. This means that when an employee is enrolled from that day, they will have 90 days access to the course. Of course, there's also the option to have no expiry date whatsoever. I tend to recommend not using no expiry date. It's much better to use some sort of a limitation. So for now, let's go ahead and choose a date, and we're going to choose it for December 31st. Below here, there's two options. The first is reusable. A reusable seat means that when an employee enrollment expires, the seat can be reused, so another employee can put in their place. This tends to be used in environments where there will be a constant rotation of employees who will be training. So in Jim's case, for example, let's say he has 50 seats, and then there's a rotation of employees. Once a couple of employees have completed the course and expired, he'd be able to insert a new employee there and keep the training going. Below this is the option for extendable. So extendable seats can have the expiry date extended based on a number of criteria. So for example, if the expiry date is set by date and the expiry date has not passed, it'll be increased to that date or incremented in days if the expiry date is set by days. Below this, we have the product that this seat is going to control. And for our case, it's going to be bookkeeping for Canadians. So prerequisite allows you to set a course that must be completed before the seat can enroll a student in a new course. So for example, let's say Accounting 101 was a prerequisite for this. It would mean a user would have to complete Accounting 101 before the seat could be used to enroll someone in bookkeeping. But we're not going to use that here today. We're also not going to apply any tags, and we'll cover that in a separate tutorial. So that looks good. Let's just check it again. A name, we go to the description. We set the maximum receipts at 50. The date of expiry is going to be December 31st of this year. The seat is not reusable. It's not extendable. And it's going to be for bookkeeping for Canadians. Go ahead and click save. Okay, so that seat has now been created. What we'll need to do now is assign this to a team. So let's go ahead and click on the right-hand side of the little arrow here. We'll move across the team option and we'll assign the seat to a team. And let's just assume it's the Ninja A team. So we'll assign that seat. And this means now that any user of the Ninja A team can start to enroll their employees in this course. which is bookkeeping for Canadians. If you ever need to adjust a seat, I'll just show you that. If you come to the left-hand side, choose seats. And let's say, for example, Jim came back and he needed to have a few more seats and wanted to adjust it. We would choose the right-hand side arrow and we would just increase the number of seats. So let's assume he bought 25 more seats. Let's just increase that to 75. Go ahead and click save and we're ready to go. Below this, there's the option to delete a seat if it's no longer required. The last item I wish to demonstrate is the ability to share a seat amongst multiple teams. So if it comes to the team tabs here at the top, we can also assign an additional team. So let's go ahead and assign the B team. This means that this seat is now shared between these two teams and those team members can pull from a pool of seats. If you ever wish to remove a team from a seat, just choose the options here on the right-hand side and click remove seat from the team. A team cannot have multiple seats assigned to the same course or bundle. For example, if you had a course called Accounting 101, you cannot create two separate seats for that course and assign both seats to the same team. In Thinkific, a user can only have one enrollment in a given course or bundle. This means that if a user belongs to multiple teams in the B2B dashboard, their enrollment could be linked and controlled by multiple seats. Two common issues with seats include: if a user is enrolled under a seat that grants 1 year of access, but later another seat assigns 60 days of access, the new expiry date will be set to 60 days. Also, if a user purchases a course and bundle on their own through the Thinkific checkout and later joins the B2B team that has purchased a seat package, their prior enrollment will count towards the company's used seats. Understanding how seat works ensures that teams manage enrollments effectively while maintaining accurate records in Thinkific. If you have any questions, reach out at any time, use the details below, or check out our support documentation.